What future do you want humanity to live in?
And how will you see the good?
The divine feminine principle really is inclusion, community, collaboration.
For the first time in history, we have millions of people around the world awakening at the same moment.
This is a time where we can reassess everything.
We now share a collective experience,
bringing forward a much needed human wisdom, which is also very spiritual.
Where people embrace each other for their strength of character.
I see the good in people wanting to make a contribution for the betterment of this planet and stepping up in unique, creative, and powerful ways.
The world of the future is going to be the golden age.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sister Jenna, your host for our new America Meditating segment called Wis-ish. It's your power boost for the morning. It's for you to take your dose for your inner cure. Join us every day, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45 ET. Don't forget, take your dose. See you soon. Hello everyone, Om Shanti. Welcome to your spiritual vaccine hour. Happy Friday, maybe every day should be Friday, right? But I don't even know if it matters anymore. It just seems like every day rolls over to another day and we're just continuing. We're in this warped time zone or in the twilight zone that things are so different. I was out today, myself and Sister Antonia, and it always strikes me when I just look around at all of us and we're all wearing masks, which we must wear, please. But also the fact that I have the privilege of meeting somebody eye to eye, soul to soul, and being able to communicate at that deeper level of soul to soul. There must be a reason why the destiny or the drama has brought us face on with each other. We can not really hide ourselves from each other. The windows to the soul, they say, will be through the eyes. And now we are offered an opportunity to see the soul of one another and maybe to just have a soul-to-soul relationship with each other, rather than how does the face look, the nose, the eyes, what is he or she wearing? A friend of ours the other day was sharing how she has observed the fashion or the clothing, the clothes that people are wearing now. It's a little bit different than it would be before the pandemic. There are a lot more shorts, a lot more t-shirts. And yes, it is summertime, so that's definitely there. But you see more casual, laid-back wear than before. Whereas you would see people in their suits or in their pants or in their professional suits. And now it's jogging pants or shorts and t-shirts, leotards. Again, they say if we are left to our own sort of energy without really being given an opportunity to keep thriving, we tend to not always put in as much. And we have often seen that when we go through a particular crisis, certain things come out of us that we missed, and things that we need to pull from, which we weren't able to pull from before. And so tonight's conversation is an important one. It's about trust. Trust is so huge in human relationships that without trust in a relationship, the relationship dries up. The relationship is filled with fear, doubts, suspicion. And I was thinking before I came to sit this evening, and we always laugh about this in the family, many of us have accepted Sister Gita and I are quite different. And there's a tendency, and Santosh laughs so much. Sister Gita closes all the windows, closes all the blinds. She locks all the door. The moment you come out of the vehicle, she's checking if the door is locked. She won't even give you 2 minutes to step out of the vehicle, lock the door, and at least turn the lock on. The minute you come out and you just slam the door, she goes, "It's not locked. The door's not locked." And I was like, "Sister Gita, can you just at least wait for me to just turn around so I can lock the door?" It happens again and again and again. So I have this karma that I naturally just trust. And despite all the warnings that maybe Antonia will give me and say, "Sister, please, you know, just be careful here. Just don't give your all. I just trust that I'm going to be okay." I don't know if you've heard my conversation or interview with Alanis Morissette on America Meditating Radio, but look for that. Please Google that show. Just Google Sister Jenna and Alanis Morissette. It'll come up. In our conversation together, we were talking about, Alanis was saying she has to be careful and she builds boundaries because there are a lot of sharks out there. And I go, you know, Alanis, I'm Pisces, you know, I don't really know about boundaries. And I was just saying, you have to be mindful that each of us are souls, and we're all here as actors playing a part. And the fact that this is an unlimited drama, there will always be a villain, and there will always be an angel. In relationships, personally, and also look at your own, you've been the hero, but you've also been the villain. In some way or the other, you've said something that was out of character. You did something that was out of character. And if you think that you have not, then I ask you, have you ever gossiped, judged, or criticized a friend, a family member, a spouse? Because by doing so, it can also breach the trust between you and a person. Do you know how? Because mystically, the soul has recorded the action performed through you. So every time you speak something of judgment or criticism, it contributes also to the breaking down of your trust in the relationship in which you're sharing whatever you are about the person. So here is Sister Gita, right? Lock all the windows. Close all the curtains. Close the door. Lock the doors. Who's coming over? Do you know who this person is? What do they do? Where are they from? She's looking at me right now and it's like, and I'm like, they can come, they can stay, it's fine. It's up to me, I will just sleep with my door unlocked. You know, I'm fine. And sometimes, because Sister will go around the house to check every door. This door wasn't locked. I just want you to know this door isn't locked. I said, you know, Sister Gita, the amount of energy you put in securing this house, can you put some of this energy in sending healing thoughts to my body, or doing this, or saying that? It would be so helpful. She just like, but the door wasn't locked. It was just all in her consciousness. But the door was unlocked, Jen. And I go, yes, I know. But we kind of live in the moondocks. I mean, the only thing that's going to come after us is a coyote or a deer. Ain't nothing else coming after us, Sister Gita. Okay, but the door wasn't locked, Jen. You have to lock the door. But I have to confess, yes, I have left the garage door open on many occasions, and the doors. And it is 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And I'll hear that garage door closing, and Sister Gita will come up and say, you didn't lock the garage door, you know? I go, oh, I didn't? Well, I'm so glad that you did. And in the office, we had a trip, a fuse trip today, because I was trying to find some solitude to work in the RV all by myself. But Sister Gita came in the RV, Happy came in the RV, And of course, Santosh came in the RV. So that was done deal. I could not work by myself today. But anyway, having the RV connected to the house, a wire was tripped. And in the office, the door was locked. So Brother Santosh came and says, Sister, the office door is locked. We can't find the key. You think Sister Gita have it? I go, think? Think she has it? I trust that she has that key. So Santosh, myself, Antonia are here working all day today, right? And I have a way that nothing feels impossible to me, so I go and I jiggle the door and I try to open it, but I couldn't. And I go, I don't have time for this today, I'm sorry. So I turn to Sister Gita. I know the story is going on long, but trust me, it all connects to trust. Because I trust she will find that key. Anyway, long story short, the three of us are sitting here working, and we go, Sister Gita, you sure you don't have the key for the office? No. I don't have any key from the office. I left that key by the office door, and it's not there. I think somebody took it. Well, just try now, see if you can find the key, and maybe it'll just pop up. So was it about half an hour later, Santosh? Sister Gita comes up with this big smile on her face. Sisters, the office is open. So the three of us turned, and then we turned. Really? How did that happen? Well, there was the key. I go, yes. You had the key, didn't you? No, I just found the key. Where did you find the key, Sister Gita? It was there. Where exactly? I found it. And so the moral of the story was that after I came up saying, I'm not going to have the time to open this door, all three of us sat in this room and said, oh, we trust. She's going to open that door. Sure enough, Sister Gita comes up. The office is open. Now, there is no broken trust in that area. We just know trust is going to prevail. We don't even question it. We know that when there's a key lost in Baba's home, we know exactly who to trust, where to find that key. And this is almost an everyday occurrence. We've reached a point that we have actually began hiding the keys. But you can trust, we don't remember where the key is. But Sister Gita will find that key wherever we have put it. I don't know how she does it, but we can trust that our new nickname for Sister Gita is Key Finder. Key Finder? Are you here, Key Finder? Just, could you find the key for the deck? Could you find the key? And it happens. All right. So I've just shared with you about the power of trust. But what happens if one day Sister Gita goes, I really don't have the key? Can you imagine if one day we actually can't find the key and we're like, oh, no, you're going to find the key. She's like, not this time. You guys always depend on me to find the key. But this time, And I'll be like, she's going to find that key. And then what happens, a few hours will pass and she'll say, I told you, I am not finding that key. And then all of us would be feeling broken, like, no, you don't understand. It's been so easy for us knowing you will always find the key. How dare you not find the key? And then she does it over and over and over again. And before we know it, we don't trust Sister Gita will find the key anymore because she's not finding the key. It's devastating because it requires us to redo our whole interpretation of a person. So I'm sharing with you a light-hearted form of trust. But you and I both know We have had some deep broken hearts because of broken trust. We have been hurt so deeply because of an intimate relationship, a business partnership, maybe even in spiritual leadership, in your religious understanding, in your government. Right now, the trust in government is so low, nobody knows what to believe anymore. So when you lack that trust, it's very hard to build a strong foundation because there just isn't that dependability anymore. And the way the brain is now feeling what the soul thinks about that relationship, it sends that messaging throughout your whole system of deception, 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 almost to a point that you develop an attitude that you just don't trust anybody anymore. But in reality, what it means, I don't trust me anymore. So what if you were to believe that the universe has your back? And what if you were to believe that there are angels always around you to protect you? And what if you were to live in the purity of your deeds and the purity of your thoughts, that you trust? It's got to work. Because your trust is so deeply in relationship with your faith. And we're all born here with purpose. And the only reason why you and I have developed a lack of trust for ourselves and others at times is that we're not living the lives we're supposed to be living. We're not trusting our gut feelings. We're not trusting what we feel is right. We've been so distracted by people, stories, experiences of the past that have been painful, that we haven't given the soul enough time to rebuild one's trust. But I tell you this, you've got so many angels by your side. What if you had 100,000 angels by your side? How would it feel? Why don't we have a moment together right now with the awareness of there's 100,000 angels by your side, and allow the energy of trust to re-emerge from within you. Take a deep breath and exhale.
There's 100,000 angels here
Are you feeling your trust factor increasing? To simply have the notion that you have 100,000 angels by your side. Sometimes we can walk with broken trust for so long in our lives thinking we're alone in our journey, that no one else is going through what I'm going through. And we create a very small world in a little box, only just for you. And you justify the box by replaying all the stories in your head. Who did what? Or try to figure out why would they do what they did to you. And all of it, drainage. Drainage of your spiritual power that you were sent down by God with. Drainage of your spiritual integrity and beauty that you were bestowed upon as an inheritance by the divine. Drainage of living your life of potential because you're so caught up in living from the past that you can't even see what you've got right in front of you, or even for your tomorrow. You've seen, and I've felt this, when people trust you, you can do nothing wrong. It's like it's wind beneath your wings. And of course, based on our lack of trust, or maybe our full sense of trust, we look at people with that energy. Like I told you, Sister Gita will be suspicious about everything. And I'm like, leave the door open, and I'm blessed, I'll be okay. No one's going to hurt us, it's going to be fine. And I used to wonder why I'm like that, and many people will say that's naive, you're naive. But there's just always something in me that I felt, but I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be protected. I have 100,000 angels by my side. And even though there are things that have happened, things have turned out not so good in certain occasions, it's so little compared to how much everything has worked out. So look at when you feel trust for someone. Take a moment. Think about someone that you trust wholeheartedly. And I don't mean to trust that they're going to find the lost keys, because they always have the keys. Or you trust that your partner might cheat on you even though they say they won't. I'm talking about just trust. That you trust your teenager will behave appropriately when they go out tonight. And you trust that your teenager will come home at a proper time and that they will drive safely. That energy of trust, immerse the person or the thing that you trust right now. And I want you to observe the way it makes your heart feel, the way it makes your spirit feel when you trust. What comes with that vibration? It's like it's like you're almost infusing power in that one. It's like you're putting power in it. I have this tendency, if something is broken, I trust it's going to work. On so many occasions, I'll go, it's going to work. I don't know how, but it's going to work. And it's almost like magical, it just works. So just for a moment, think about something in life that you deeply trust, or someone in life that you trust wholeheartedly, without a doubt. How does that feel? Where did that take your spirit? Where did it take you? Take a breath, exhale, shake it off. Now, think about the relationship where you felt there was no trust, or there was once trust and it got broken. Now take your thoughts to that relationship where you know you don't trust that person, or the person doesn't trust you. Ready? I don't want to take you there, but let's just go for a short while. Do you feel the block? Do you feel the strain? I mean, just as I'm trying to emerge that person, like I'm feeling like cluttered, polluted, sort of like almost like this doesn't feel like me. Now imagine if you're living with that energy of not trusting your partner, your roommate, your teenager, your mother-in-law. In other words, sometimes we can actually not even trust our mother-in-law is not going to wake up one day and have a nasty attitude towards me. I don't trust her motives towards me. Do you feel how it holds you back? Do you feel how your chest gets tight? How many of us in the world right now are carrying that feeling? That there's someone or something we don't trust. Think about your government right now. Do you trust them? Do you trust your doctors know what's best for you? Does your doctor know your spirit, your resolves, your body, your mind? Do you? Or have you even broken that relationship with yourself? That you've broken your own trust with you, that you're wanting now everybody outside of you to give you trust. Isn't that setting you up for problems? Isn't that setting you up? And we can go for months and years and a whole life we can spend in that energy vibration, calling it our norm. I don't trust anybody. Just see how that energy feels inside of you. But what if you were to say, but I have 100,000 angels by my side? And to start to feed that energy of trust to remove all the blocks inside of the soul. What do you think? How do you think your destiny would play out? Tell me if you're feeling this conversation tonight, because it's such an important topic. I remembered a situation where I could feel fully a particular person or a few people who I valued somehow didn't trust me. And for the life of me, I couldn't understand why, because I would look to see, did I cheat? I didn't do anything. It was some deep-rooted karmas of past lives, had nothing to do with this one. But somehow I was rolling over the vibration. So still, the universe says, look deeper and fix this area in you, because it's still coming up. Maybe I, as a soul, in a previous life or in few lives in the past, I just did not have trust for anybody. And that energy is still a rollover karmic vibration in my spirit. And maybe in this lifetime, which is why I'm so trusting, I'm actually overly trusting. And Tony and everybody will tell you that. They'd be like, you just can't, sister, you have to. I don't know if it's I'm just trying to settle my debts of the past, of being so non-trusting, because I was hurt. And that hurt created defense mechanisms. And those defense mechanisms were basically placed within my consciousness. I will not get hurt again. So you put up a wall. And the wall becomes normal and natural for you. That if you don't come into a relationship with the wall, you don't feel comfortable. It doesn't feel safe. But if you let down that wall, there's some of us, we've ended up in intimate relationships and you feel like you drop all of your walls and you start to be a little scared. You're like, I've made myself too vulnerable with this person. I've gone in too deep. And then something happens and your gut says, I knew it. So it's not that the person as such did anything wrong, but you too had set yourself up because you have this recording that it always, I can't trust people. And because the feeling is so deep, you will attract that energy in the person, and the person will automatically want to fulfill that part for you because you don't trust them. I have seen with my own life that when I feel someone's trust, I will make the impossible possible. It's like icing on the cake. I've also seen in my own life that when I trust someone, they fly, they soar, they become the best version. Sometimes they fall down, but when they get back up, they will be even a better version because they know I'll still believe in them because I always did. And that thought power alone can give so much courage to a soul that was disheartened. So if Baba, as you all know, if you've been with us for the past 3 months, you know we call God Baba. And so if Baba can trust that no matter what I have to go through karmically or what you have to go through karmically, Baba trusts we're going to go back home to Baba. Whether we want to or not, we're going to go there. Then I think it's only sensible for you and I to trust my destiny is good. My future is bright. And you trust that with all your might, with every bit of spiritual power you've got left in you. What do you think will come out of it? What do you think will be the reality? Self-trust will create trust in others. It's deep work. It's not about just this talk and we get it. But hopefully this time tonight will awaken that work that you've been wanting to do for so long. But maybe it just wasn't the right time. Maybe it wasn't with the right energy, right circumstance. But let it be tonight. You really look at yourself and ask, do I trust you? Can I depend on you? You. Can I rely and believe that what you say, you mean? Because a lot of us, because of a lack of trust, we've not been truthful to ourselves. And as I said yesterday, lies won't heal. You say you want to lose weight, but you're still cheating and eating chocolate cake. What's more important is that chocolate cake, not the losing of the weight. But you're telling yourself, I need to lose weight, but you're not being honest. You really don't believe you want to lose weight. You're saying it. So how do you expect yourself to trust you when you even tell yourself to do things and you don't stick to it? Then how do you expect people to trust you if you can't stand on solid ground for yourself? Let's have some meditation. Sit quietly and find your space in the house and pause for these next few minutes, going inwards and looking at this energy of self-trust, and see how deeply connected it is to your relationship with Baba, which transcends into your relationships with human being. I had a wonderful call with someone today who just called me at the right time. And we just had a beautiful talk for about half an hour. And she was giving me some advice about my health opportunity. And and she was saying, I'm so happy you're just so open and honest. I go, I'm okay. I trust everything and whatever. Here are some of my limits. Here are some of my doubts, my questions. And as I was looking at the conversation, I shared openly because I trust it's all got to work out. I'm just looking for the best way. And so I need education. So I want to be clear. Trust is deeply connected to your intuitive feelings, to an aspect of purity in you. It is connected to when you've had a particular encounter over and over again and it has kind of worked out, you're good. But it's connected to deep intuition. It's a feeling. And what makes it really hard for trust that's been broken to be mended is that you're trying to get the feeling back, but the feeling will have to go through a complete cycle until it comes back again. That's why it is essential that when you find a relationship that is valuable, you do whatever you can to maintain it. Too often we come into relationships as if they're really not so valuable. And we bring so much of our luggage into these relationships. And by bringing our luggage into these relationships, we never get a chance to actually cherish and develop and grow in the relationship. Because we didn't trust. There was some doubt somewhere. And it all started with the self. So take a deep breath. I can go on and on about this topic, but take a deep breath and you're breathing deeply. Good girl. Sister Geeta is taking her deep breaths. Take a deep breath and be very comfortable with where you are. And let's take a deep dive into trust.
I feel it now. It's all
I am strong and my mind is powerful. I turn away from limiting thoughts and beliefs and old worry habits. I choose to fill my mind with energizing, helpful thoughts. I allow myself to return to a state of trust. I trust in life. I trust in myself. I trust. Everything I need, I already have. Everything I need, I already have. Everything that I have a right to claim will come to me. Everything that I have a right to claim will come to me. I trust. I trust. Every person who belongs in my circle of love will find me. Every person who belongs in my circle of love will find me. Every purpose for which I came here will be fulfilled. Every purpose for which I came here will be fulfilled. I trust. I trust. Everything I no longer need will make way for something new. Everything I no longer need will make way for something new. Everything I need, I already have. Everything I need, I already have. I trust. I trust in life.
Om Shanti. So I hope you were able to figure out through the graphics and the animation. Trust is sometimes hidden in the fact that you can't really see for sure what's ahead of you. But you know it's going to be okay. So the earlier part, it was just a block. Just like Michelangelo, when he would look at a marble, you and I might just see a piece of stone. But what Michelangelo saw was a beautiful piece of artwork that he would put energy in that would make it happen. Trust is like that. You put your energy into your relationship with a sense that it's going to blossom into something beautiful. And it's not to say that you haven't done it, and even though some relationships go awry. But I think if you're deeply honest, even though you sense you were putting all your energy into the relationship, you might have had a thought or two of doubt. There might have been a question, a concern of some sort, and you didn't pay attention to that. You only focus on how much good and how much you had put in. So this whole aspect of trust, my recommendation, feel like Baba knows your end product. Like he can see you completely. And even though everything inside of us might be all messed up and broken into pieces, Baba doesn't see that. He sees you full and in peace, in one piece. Because he trusts that he knows how his energy works. And all you and I have to do is to turn our attention more to Baba's light, to Baba's love, to his wisdom and knowledge, and have that trust. I'm going to bring my life together. I'm going to put all my pieces together. Not only do you have trust, but faith says you also have the knowledge in how to make it happen. You have the gut feeling, the intuitive feeling you're going to be okay. But you will also develop the faith that you will know how to do it to make it happen. So pick up your pieces with dignity, with pride, with joy, and talk to yourself that it was okay, that you stepped away from the real you, that you stepped away from valuing yourself at a much deeper level. And say sorry to all the people that you devalued because you felt that you didn't trust them because they were the problem, when in reality you too were challenged with trusting yourself. Extend an apology to them. Apologize to yourself. Dust off your heels. Look at yourself with value, with worth. Honor you to such an extent that you will trust again. And it will just become your nature. It's deep work, but it will be good work. And it will be so healing that you'll only bring the best of who you are in all your relationships. With your body, with your mind, with your money, with your relationships, with your wealth, with nature. Have a great night. Be well. Thanks for joining us. If there are any topics or thoughts that you have that you would like Baba and I to share in the evenings, don't hesitate to send us those thoughts and feelings, and we'll put it up to keep it going for you as well. And I want you to be gentle with yourself and know that Baba is still molding you, and that all those relationships, however harsh or gentle they are, they too are molding you. But never forget, you've got 100,000 angels by your side. Good night, and Om Shanti, and all those good feelings and good wishes, and stay in touch. And be well. And Sister Geeta is smiling with everyone on the left, and she's sending you her unlimited love and support and good feelings. So good night. See you tomorrow. Om Shanti. Take care.
I feel it now. It's all around me. A silent voice I can't deny. A mother's arms, how they surround me. They sing the beauty of my life.
It will last forever. It will never fade away. Never cause me pain. This love, this love.
I close my eyes. It takes me over. A memory deep down in my soul. And safe from harm.
last forever.